That wouldn't work. Okay, now I'm.
So we went with a double wall stainless chimney. This comes in 3 or 4 foot lengths, and you just snap them together, and then there's a retaining ring that goes around the individual sections. And then you see the standoffs we put on there. Those keep the pipe 2 inches off of anything combustible. And we decided to go up through the eave just for the ease of cleaning. This chimney will be cleaned. There's a plug in the bottom, and you'll clean it with a brush from below. So if it's a straight pipe, it's real easy to clean, and I plan on cleaning it off it. So that's the route we went. We're going to have to take this all down and put it back up after we do the siding, but we thought it was worth it just to get some heat in the house during construction. And there'll be another piece to get the pipe up 3 feet above the ridge once we're done.
So this is Jotul J45. Manufactured in Maine. What I like about it is I like the glass in the front. I like the 18-inch depth. Put an 18-inch log in there. I cut my logs to 16, so I like the door mechanism. It closes, locks, clamps that in real tight, so it's nice and airtight. Of course, it's the top of efficiency. This is the air intake. Nice solid handle. You know, the wood stove, you don't want fancy stuff, you want functional stuff. You know, and this handle's not likely to break. So, nice tight seal. A 6-inch clearance in the back if you use a double wall pipe. So we just threw it here. You can see it's maybe 8-9 inches away. You can get even closer. I just threw it. It's hardy board I picked up this morning for now, and that'll be fine until we drywall it, and we're doing flooring. I'll make a nice base there, but for construction purposes that's going to be fine. Maybe I'll get another piece and put it in front here, in case stuff falls out of it, but, you know, ashes and whatnot. Beautiful thing. Burning some pine right now. That is a beautiful thing. All right, back for another day, but we're in the same sweatshirt. Today we're trying to get the ice and water on the roof. So the guys are up there now, trimming the plywood to its final length. And then we'll see how this stuff sticks. We're having a break in the weather for New England in January. It's meant to be 45 degrees today, so I figure it's a good day to get that ice and water on. I got the wood stove going in the house, try to warm things up a bit, so we'll see how it sticks and see how far we get. We got rain coming tonight, so we got to get this stuff on. So let's go.
So as you can see, we got started on the little mudroom roof. The biggest challenge we had was getting the stuff to stick. So you might see the guys using a can of primer right there. Nick's opening the can to try to make it stick better. And we used some staples, and we eventually got it to stay in place. So we used this little roof as sort of a guinea pig for the big roof to figure out the best way to do this. Well, it was such a relief to get the ice and water on the roof and get the house weather tight, especially with the inch of rain that was predicted for that night. We used the high temperature ice and water that is made by the manufacturer of the metal roofing, because metal roofs tend to be a little warmer than asphalt roofs. It's recommended to use high temperature ice and water. You can see the clouds above moving in, so we were definitely under the gun to get this stuff up on this day. You can see the guys on the roof, the young guys are on the roof. I think the average age of the guys on the roof is 35 years old, and for the three of us on the ground, that's about 65 years old. So it was hard work, no question about it. Those rolls weigh about 100 pounds a piece, and they're walking around on an 8/12 pitch. You can see they started at the well, they put the first row on the eave there, and then they went up to the ridge because they were concerned that the ice and water was going to be too slippery for them to work on. So they thought they would go from the top down and just tuck the next layer underneath the previous layer. But once it warmed up a little bit, we realized that it would be okay. We put a 2x4 across the whole roof there, you see, a couple feet up, so that if somebody slid, they would only slide to that and not fall off the roof. But once we got on a roll and figured out the best process for doing this, it went pretty quickly. It did take most of the day. I think we got started about 9 o'clock in the morning, maybe 10 by the time we got to the rolling out the ice and water, but we finished up about 4 o'clock that afternoon, and I can't tell you what a relief it was to finally have that stuff on the roof and know that the rain wasn't going to get in and get on the windows, you know, because that's just the inside of the windows is just raw pine, so I didn't really want any water on them staining the wood, and then I'd have to sand them all and all that. So luckily none of that happened, and we were able to get this done. So it's almost quitting time, and these guys are about halfway up the front. We got to get it done before it's supposed to rain late tonight, so got to get that ice and water on. I'm sure they will. I know they will. So, and then it can rain all at once. So what a great week we had. So much happened this week. I'm just trying to remember it all. We put the chimney up, and we got the wood stove delivered, and got a fire going in the wood stove. And today we got all the ice and water on the roof just in time for the rain tonight. So right now, as we stand here, the house is dried in. What a relief that is. Now when I come here, if I want, I get the wood stove going and go inside it, and it's warm. It's just a great feeling. We've come a long way this week. Next on the agenda will be trim, exterior trim. We still have the little roof on the front of the house to be framed over the front door, and of course we'll get that all framed and get the plywood on it and get ice and water on that. That's just to provide a little protection for the front door in bad weather. So I think it's going to be 8 feet wide and come out, I don't know if it's 4 or 6 feet, I don't remember. And I got the siding ordered, so that should be coming next week. We'll get going on that. I'm going to have the gentleman who's I'm buying the metal roof from come and measure the roof, and he's going to make up a couple flashings for us. So he'll be coming, and we'll get that going. So it's siding, it's roofing, and then we'll probably go move inside and start doing mechanicals. Oh, another thing that happened this week, a very big thing, is we got the town inspector, building inspector, to come and inspect our electrical panel that we put in and our meter socket on the outside of the building, and
So the way it works is the town comes and inspects it, and once they approve that, someone from the town offices notifies Eversource that we're ready for power. So now it's just a waiting game for the power company. Hopefully they're here in a couple weeks or so. And we got the ropes in the pipe down to the street, so they'll be able to pull the line in and get us hooked up, and then we'll have power, and that will be a huge step. So